Welcome to your channel that teaches you corporate English every day.
Good morning, corporate English warriors. Welcome to Corporate English Lab, your one-stop laboratory for sounding like a native in any boardroom, Zoom call, or high-stakes negotiation. I'm your host. And today we're powering through a full 90-minute masterclass titled Mastering Corporate English, from emails to high-stakes meetings. Grab your coffee, mute distractions, and let's transform you into a communication powerhouse. We'll cover razor-sharp vocabulary, bulletproof email templates, meeting domination strategies, presentation mastery, and real-world role plays. No fluff, just actionable English that gets results. Let's dive in. Vocabulary boost, the corporate Lexiceo, and picture this. You're in a strategy session with the C-suite. One wrong phrase, and you're sidelined. These 20 terms are your armor. Repeat each one after me, loud and proud. Stakeholder, we need to align all stakeholders before the product launch. Let's leverage our Q3 data to justify the budget increase. Bandwidth, I don't have the bandwidth for another sprint goal this week. Touch base, let's touch base next Tuesday after the client demo. Circle back, I'll circle back once I have the CFO's sign-off. Action item. Your action item is to draft the RFP by end of day Friday. Deep dive. We'll schedule a deep dive into the KPIs next quarter. Win-win. This partnership is a total win-win for both R&D teams. Low-hanging fruit. Let's tackle the low-hanging fruit before chasing bigger metrics. Buy-in. We need senior leadership buy-in to greenlight the pilot. Granular. Can you send a more granular breakdown of the OPEX? Synergy. The merger will create massive synergy across supply chains. Pain point. Our biggest customer pain point is delayed invoicing. Ballpark. Can you give me a ballpark figure for Q4 projections? Drill down. Let's drill down into why churn spiked in APAC. Run it up the flagpole. Let's run it up the flagpole and see who salutes. Move the needle. This campaign needs to move the needle on conversion rates. Boil the ocean. We can't boil the ocean. Focus on MVP first. Table it. Let's table the pricing discussion until legal reviews. Think outside the box. We need to think outside the box to beat the competition. Awesome job. Those phrases are now locked in your muscle memory. Email mastery. From subject line to sign, offlets, shift to the inbox battlefield. A poorly written email can tank a deal faster than a market crash. Here's the golden formula. Subject line. Greeting, purpose, details, call to action, polite, close. Watch me craft a real email requesting budget approval. Subject. Request for Q4 marketing budget increase. Urgent review needed. Greeting, Dear Mr. Thompson. Opening. I hope this email finds you well. Purpose. I'm writing to request a 15% increase in our Q4 marketing budget to capitalize on emerging APAC trends. Details. Current spend is $250,000. Proposed increase to $287,500 will fund targeted LinkedIn campaigns. Projected to deliver 18% ROI based on last quarter's pilot. Call to action. Could we schedule a 15-minute call this week to discuss? I'm available Wednesday or Thursday after 2 p.m. EST. Close. Thank you for your consideration. Best regards, Alex Rivera, Senior Marketing Manager. Pro tips. Keep sentences under 20 words. Use active voice bullet points for data. Never attach, please find. Say I've attached. Swap ASAP for by close of business tomorrow. It's your turn. Pause the video and rewrite this email asking your boss for remote work approval. Use at least 5 vocab words from earlier. Meeting domination. Own the ROM Zoom thumbnail on. Mic hot. Game face ready. Meetings are where careers accelerate or stall. Master these 3 phases. Opening, navigating, closing. Opening script. Thanks for joining, everyone. Let's kick off with a quick agenda. Market update, Q3 results, open floor. Sound good? Navigating interruptions. Great point, Sarah. Let's park that and circle back after the financials. Pushing decisions to keep momentum. Can we align on next steps? I propose 2 action items. John owns competitor analysis by Friday. Lisa schedules client sync for Monday. Any objections? Closing, solid discussion. Action items in the chat. Let's touch base next week, same time. Meeting adjourned. Roleplay time. I'll be the impatient VP. You respond, Alex, this timeline is aggressive. Why can't we launch in Q1? Your line, valid concern. Launching in Q4 leverages holiday demand. It's projected 30% higher than Q1. We can mitigate risks with a phased rollout. Nailed it. Practice that response 3 times. Presentation power MOVS slide deck loaded, heart racing. Open with a hook. Imagine doubling revenue in 6 months without increasing headcount. That's what today's strategy delivers. Structure, problem, solution, proof, ask. Problem slide. Current churn sits at 12%. Costing $2.4 million annually. Solution. Implement AI-driven onboarding. Reducing churn to 5%. Proof. Pilot with 500 users showed 58% retention lift. Ask. I recommend $400,000 investment for full rollout. Questions. Handle curveballs. Excellent question on scalability. We stress tested at 10,000 users with 99.9% uptime. Body language. Stand tall. Gesture to slides. Pause after big numbers. Record yourself delivering a 2-minute pitch on your current project using this framework. Small talk and networking SUPRPOWR. Pitch ready. Hi, I'm Priya from FinTech Solutions. We help banks cut fraud 40% using behavioral AI. What keeps you up at night in payments? Listen, then connect. Interesting. We actually solved a similar pain point for HSBC last quarter. Exit gracefully. Love this chat. Let's connect on LinkedIn and explore synergies. At conferences, ask forward questions. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Travel much for work? Beats weather talk every time. Roleplay marathon, negotiation, SHOW, EOW, AOW. You're negotiating a vendor contract. I'm the supplier pushing for 10% higher rates. You counter, go. Thanks for the proposal. Industry benchmarks show 7% is fair given volume commitments. I push. Inflation hit our margins hard. You understood? We can offer 8% with a 2-year lock-in and quarterly reviews. I accept. Boom, deal closed. Replay this 3 times, swapping roles. Wrap up and homework. You've just absorbed 90 minutes of pure corporate firepower. Quick recap. 20 killer phrases, email templates that get replies. Meeting scripts that drive decisions. Presentation frameworks that win funding, networking lines that open doors, and negotiation tactics that save thousands. Your mission. Record a 60-second video using 5 new phrases explaining your biggest work win this year. Post it in the comments with hashtag Corporate English Lab. Tag a colleague who needs this. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you next week when we tackle English for performance reviews. Until then, go move the needle. This is Corporate English Lab signing off. Asterisk bonus challenge, global mindset PHRSS before we wrap. Let's add one final layer for worldwide impact. When your team spans Singapore, Snow, Palo, and Seattle, cultural nuance is currency. Swap. Let's hit the ground running for the universally clear. Let's start implementation immediately. Place ballpark with approximate estimate. So, Tokyo colleagues don't picture baseball. Use by end of play today instead of by Cobb for London Sydney sync. Say kindly revert at your earliest convenience for Indian partners who value politeness. And always confirm time zones. Shall we align on 14 o'clock UTC? These micro adjustments turn local fluency into global trust. Pause now, write 3 cross-cultural versions of your next email signature, and watch reply rates soar across continents.